Well, I am driving. Now, if you notice this road, it's got some, it doesn't look quite perfect, see? Oh, in fact, there's some, okay, I'm going to check my brakes. See, actually, I'm not checking my brakes, I'm checking the road surface. See, like right there, is that ice? It's a little bit icy. Let's try it again. Yeah, that's ice. So I have to drive carefully. I mean, more carefully than even usual. So I guess it's -1 Celsius, which is about 30 Fahrenheit. Now there's little tiny bits on the road in the center. I'm not sure if it's frost, ice bits, or if it's salt. Has the road been salted? If it's been salted, then we are in luck. However, it's hard to say. See that? Let's see. Yeah, that's salt. I'm pretty sure. And so we will just drive on this curvy road. I hope they've salted the whole road. That would be nice. You see it's got that bit of a shine there? You can see where the tracks are where people have been driving. That's not shining. So in this case, I need to stay in people's tracks. Look at that fence, all that white on it. Isn't that pretty? Today is November the 6th, otherwise known as the 6th of November. We haven't had a whole snowstorm yet. Just had some flurries the other day. And it appears that there's a bit of crust on the lakes. Thanks for coming with me. It makes it easier, makes it better. Did you like that soap making I did? I still have these little tiny holes in my fingers from working with soap that wasn't cured properly. The sun is over there somewhere trying to come through. It's a cloudy kind of snowy sky, isn't it? Be up under the shade if you want. I can't look at that, but you could. Eastern Ontario is so beautiful. I just saw birch logs on the ground. It's hard to pass them by. It's very hard. The most dangerous thing about driving is other cars. And, of course, deer. Deer are such an unknown danger. Look at that birch log. That looks pretty good. Ooh, look at that. Beaver ponds freeze before other ones because they're not moving. I'm late. I'm going to a church meeting. And I left late. And so I am I'm late. But I chose to go this way because I love the view. See that green stuff down there? That's called horsetail. I made a basket with it. It's quite nice. How does that look? I can't check it out. That's 40 kilometers an hour around curves. Which is lawless. It's 25. Oh, we've stood here and watched the train before. You remember that? We happened to be crossing it, and lo and behold, a train was coming. But not today. Those people must have the lights right in their eyes. Did you ever go to camp at Camp Davern? I went in there once, I think. Actually, I think I was swimming across Lake Davern, and I ended up seeing the shore and the campers swim area. I don't know if I actually went in there. Oh yes, that's right. The school had a sleepover at the camp. I went with my daughter.
In 450 meters, turn right on Bolingbroke Road. Turn right on Bolingbroke Road. Drive 16 kilometers on Bolingbroke Road.
Well, I lost 3 minutes on that section.
Drive 16 kilometers on Bolingbroke Road.
It's gone up a degree. It's now freezing. It's 32. When the sun hits the road, it'll warm up. You should have seen the frost on the windows of the car this morning when I got up. I could barely open the car door. Had bubbles of ice all over. Since it had been raining. and then it froze. I just love this drive. It's so beautiful. What'd you think of that grouse the other day? That was yesterday. Coming right over near me at the house. I like to draw. You know, when I'm driving, when somebody else is driving and I'm sitting, I like to draw how the road goes that way, you know. The little curve at the top of the hill. If you just draw those lines, the white line, the yellow line. Isn't that pretty for drawing? I drew a lot right after the ice storm because a lot of trees were broken. They look like pool trees. That's a cute little log cabin. You see that? My house is siding, but I painted it black, which makes it look like that wooden house, sort of. Just need to know if I have traction, you know. I think the inside of my window is clouded up. Probably from dust or dirt. You want to sit there? I'm going to be late. I like these meetings. Can't see much better than I can unless you're looking out to the side. I like rocks. Oh, and I like that fence. Cattail fluff is interesting stuff. Have you ever used it? Ever tried to do anything with it? Look at the ice or the water on the rocks. It's probably ice, I guess. as you kayak along and the ice breaks on the sides of the kayak. Looks like it's straightening out now. I think it's temporary, however. You know, as I'm driving along, I have this set at save location, and so I just click save location and then, you know, put in a B for birch or something. And I've put it. It's interesting as I look through the favorites list. I've got things like red osier 1, red osier 2. That's the dogwood I like to harvest, or kayak 1, kayak 2, or beaver, birch, lots of birch. I have to give a class on Thursday on how to make a birch book, a birch covered book. So my eyes are peeled for birch that's on the ground. I don't take it off trees, ever. Never, ever. I'll take it off of logs on the ground. And if they're pretty fresh, it's good. But you see, the ice storm is what broke a lot of them. And that's 11 years ago now. No, 98. 2008, 9, 10. So it's 12 years ago. Time just keeps clicking on by. It's going to be 13 years ago in a few months. So I guess it's not just 10 years ago. Anyway, 12 years ago. So all that birch that's on the ground that fell during the ice storm has now been on the ground for 13 years. And there's a lot of it that is, it's getting older and cracked with holes in it. So it's not really usable for things like that. It would be okay maybe for strips if I'm using strips, but the holes are so random that it's hard to get a very long strip without meeting up with a hole. You can make very long strips though of birch bark by making a spiral around the log, and you keep spiraling, and so if you were to go straight around it, you'd only get a piece 6 inches long. But if you spiral around it, you can get many feet long. I've never done that, but that's how they do it in Russia. In Ruska, if that's the way they say it. I better turn this off. I think we're out of the hills. Yay! However, there are more hills. But I think I've probably been filming long enough.